Get that motherfucker!
Whoa,
Get
whoa, whoa,
it!
something's
Get
going
it!
on. Get covered. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Don't you worry.
Welcome to First Person Defender,
Give me a seat.
where regular people come face to face with unknown attackers in real world scenarios and fight their way out.
Get your hands up.
This is First Person Defender.
You see workplace shootings all too often in the news. Today, Ryan and Billy are just stopping by work to pick up their checks. But of course, we have something in store for them. Let's see how they handle it.
This force-on-force training uses real firearms converted to fire marking cartridges. The crew wears yellow shirts and are considered to be invisible to role players. It's payday. Ryan and Billy have arrived at their workplace to pick up a check. What they don't realize is the unthinkable is about to go down inside the office.
No! 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 Hey! No! Hey! No! 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 Hey, watch the area. What happened, man? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah. Where's he at, Billy? He's on the ground. Hit. Index, index, index.
Well, what do you guys think?
It happened so fast.
Yeah, that was pretty
It
quick.
happened so fast.
So talk me through it, walk me through.
Well, you know, we saw KJ run out, and I only saw a brief second of him before he was behind the truck. I didn't know what his situation was. I didn't know if he was an aggressor or somebody that's just part of a bad situation.
Right.
Yeah, because he came at your door.
Yeah.
Because I remember I
That's the
came
one.
around the side of the truck and I realized you weren't with me and I heard footsteps. So I saw a gun in his hand. So I immediately, I aimed down and I fired a shot. But when I realized, as I was firing the shot, I hesitated and I didn't hit him because I didn't know if he was a bad guy or a good guy. So I moved around behind this truck and then you started following me.
Yeah.
I was just moving from cover to cover.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the exercise to the end of the exercise, I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does absolutely happen very quickly. I mean, that's real world, how fast this stuff goes down. Had you hit him, that could have been very bad for you. Had you hit KJ, because he was not a bad guy. He was, in fact, a good guy that had been shot by a bad guy, me. I always assume everyone's an aggressor until proven otherwise, right? Doesn't mean I'm gonna shoot him. Not shoot at him, shoot him, remember?
Well, once Ryan had the gun on him,
Yeah.
calmed down on him, I
Yeah.
knew I could just not worry about him.
Yeah,
over
and that's
there.
why it's good to work in buddy teams, right? You know, like, be polite to everyone, but always have a plan to kill them. Always have a knife with you, like General Mattis says, you know, or now SecDef Mattis, you know. Always have a knife with you, because there might be cake, but you might need to kill someone too.
Your ammo choice can affect the recoil that you feel when shooting a gun. Inceptor ARX bullets are typically lighter. This is a .380 and it's a 56 grain bullet, almost half of what some other standard bullets are. But because of the design of this bullet with the grooves, it still performs when it hits the target. But a lighter weight bullet will give you less recoil. Even in this small .380 gun, watch this. Gun really doesn't move. So lighter weight bullets like the Inceptor ARX, it'll help you have less recoil when you're shooting.
All right, so we talked about the scenario, probably what the better course of action would be, which is to hunker down, wait outside, cover on the door. But if you decide you're gonna go in, there's a way we can kind of clear the majority of the room from outside before committing ourselves any closer to the doorway and figuring out what's in that room before we make entry. And it's called combat clearance or threshold assessment. So right here, you were standing here, you were kind of in position stool. Right away, I'm gonna get my gun up, I'm gonna be aimed on the door looking over the top of my sights, not actually looking down my sights because that obscures the rest of my vision. I want to have situational awareness, but it's going to be up in my view where if a guy comes out, all I've got to do is literally just a fraction of an inch, move that pistol up, and I'm on target. I can also use this car here and get a little bit closer to the engine block. Because right now, from inside, I can clear a lot of the left side of this room, short of that far corner. But if anyone's tucked in there or just out of the door, I can tell, I can see what's in there right now. As I get ready to make entry, instead of moving forward, I'm gonna move sideways, and I'm now gonna combat clear and clear the rest of the other side. So I'm gonna keep my pistol oriented right on the edge of that door. So I'm gonna start walking, I'm leaning, I'm walking. I've got his shoulder right here. I can put around it, bang, 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 right? And I'm picking him up at the closest, soonest possible moment. When you are ready, start to move. Combat clear that door. Nice and smooth. As soon as you can pick up some of that target, I want you to put a round on it. There you go, keep going until you're happy with what you've engaged. Good, and index, nice.
First Person Defender brought to you by Ruger, Simunition, ShopGunTalk.com, Gun Dealio, and Sig Sauer.
Full-size guns hold a lot of ammo and they're a pleasure to shoot, but are you going to carry it all the time? Ruger brought out the Ruger American pistol. Now they have the Ruger American Compact. Just a little smaller package. But you don't give up a whole lot as far as a carry gun goes. This still holds 12 in this double stack magazine. So you've got 12 plus 1, which is still plenty of ammo. You think about a full-size gun. If it's too heavy and too clunky where you may not carry it all the time, take a look at a compact gun.
All right, so Billy and Ryan, Billy got smoked right out the gate. Ryan started maneuvering around the vehicles. He was doing a really good job of using those vehicles as cover concealment. However, I was armed with a rifle, bigger, badder weapon system. And we need to know what really happens to vehicles if your assailant has a rifle. It's not like in Hollywood, folks. Those cars turn into Swiss cheese pretty quick. So let's give it a go. This is what happened to the other side of the rounds coming through the trunk. This is what happened to our target. Lots of fragments, lots of fragmentation, lots of impacts. Very similar situation. Car turns into Swiss cheese. Look at the size of these holes coming through the B pillar, through the doorway. All right? Lots of fragmentation. Lots of hits, lots of impacts. I'd say it's a bad day for him. So this guy behind the engine block did actually stop the rounds I fired into it. However, some of the rounds that I skipped off the hood, you can see impact him, some fragmentation impacted him as well. So should you ever find yourself in a situation like this, you cannot use a vehicle to just hunker down behind, even if you're faced with a pistol, especially if you're faced with a rifle.
More power, that's what you want in a self-defense personal protection gun. Well, now you have the Springfield Armory XDM in 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter is a lot more power. It's basically a 40 Magnum. It's really what it was before they reduced the 40. And this is great for home defense, but also I was just out in Idaho, and for critter protection, bears, wolves, that kind of stuff, more power is always a good thing. And in this full-size package, still a pleasant gun to shoot.
In this scenario, Billy and Ryan are challenged again with an active shooter. Will the training learned be enough when confronted with new dangers?
Get that motherfucker! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Get covered, get covered.
I'm coming back, I'm coming back! Get it! Gunshots, gunshots!
Get over here, Ryan.
I'm right here, I'm right by you. To your right.
There's still more people back there.
Get him! I see him, he's right at the door.
Yeah, I see it.
Let's approach it. Hold on, I'm gonna go around to the right side of the car. I see him, get him!
He's got a gun, hold on.
Get her in the back! Get her in the back! Get the check! All of them! Take them now! We gotta do something, dude. Get him! Ah! He's down! He's down, he's down! Let's move up, I'm going to the right. Ah! You good?
Stay back, stay back. They're down, he's down. Don't move.
Index, index, index!
You got out of the truck. Go.
I got out of the truck, I heard gunfire.
Uh-huh.
So I immediately wanted to alert my buddy.
Yeah.
And I drew immediately.
Good.
I didn't want to expose myself too much. So that's why I decided to go that way. I checked in with Billy and we kind of just started communicating and decided what we were gonna do. I was expecting someone to come out injured and I wanted to push up. But Billy's like, let's stay together, which was probably the better.
Wait, Billy was the voice of reason?
Billy was the voice of
No.
reason. And I kind of got on the ground underneath Billy and I shot him until he fell down right here. And then I knew that was when I probably should move.
Initially, like, we were both gonna go in, we were gonna try to get in. So I was gonna have it covered for him and then he was gonna have it covered for me.
Yeah. Call
And
that bounding overwatch.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's
one's moving while one's covering, next one's covering while the other one's moving. And you guys zipped me up pretty quickly, which was good. You guys zipped me up before I even exited the door. So during the situation, did either of you guys think to call 911?
It didn't even go through my mind.
Not even a thought.
No.
Shoot, kill, aggress.
Had there been nothing going on for 10 or so
Yeah.
seconds, I would have thought maybe we should call 911.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wait for some help unless it's clear that I can, because you never know how long it can take for somebody else to show up.
Well, and that's exactly it. You know, you're in the moment, and when seconds count, you know, the cops are minutes away.